Hello, it's Kelly from Don't Run with Scissors. I hope everybody's having a great week. Uh, Once again, this is Kelly. Um, I am hopefully, your favorite lawyer, mom of twins, Jeep driving, mom of two rescue crazy dogs and guinea pigs, who talks about anything and everything. Nothing's off limits. Bring it on. We'll talk about it. Um, but normally we talk about cross stitch. And as some of you know, if you've been here before, I tend to stitch really big things or little things. I am participating in match. I'm not participating on match. I don't know where that came from. It's March Madness. As you can tell, still haven't painted the wall. So now it's just becoming a joke. I had the desire to paint the wall this last weekend, and actually the weather here in Michigan was really nice, and I probably could have painted the wall, but clearly I did not. I can't tell you what I did. I don't remember, but clearly it wasn't painting. We did do some housework and some spring cleaning. We started that. I have been in hearings and motion hearings all day and status conferences. Thank God for Zoom. It has enabled me to be in 3 counties today. Under normal circumstances driving, I can usually hit 2, depending on, like, if one's in the morning, one's in the afternoon. My motion this afternoon, or my status conference this afternoon, was up in Clare County, which, for those of you who are not familiar with Michigan, I live in the Detroit area, which is about down here. My case this afternoon is up in Clare County, which is about up here. So, found out that one of the defense counsels believes that the trial for this case, it's a civil case, they're slating for 5 days. So normally, not a big deal for a 5-day trial. I just go home and go back. But it's a 2.5-hour drive each way. I don't want to spend the night in a hotel because then I have to charge my clients for the hotel. So I don't know how that's going to plan out. Of course, if we're still in the pandemic and everything's still by Zoom, we'll be having a trial by Zoom. And then I just put on a nice shirt and I can wear my scruffy sweatpants to court. As long as I don't stand up on camera, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Yeah, Zoom hearings are crazy. Again, if you are if you're appearing in court on a driving violation where you should not have been driving and were caught driving, you probably should not be behind the wheel of a vehicle when we appear in court. Just a practice tip. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah. I've started to compose like a little list of things for my clients, like, hey, we have a court date coming up. These are some things that you should be aware of on Zoom. So, that said, we now know about work. The boy child is at some sort of band class, so I'm trying to rush through before he gets back home because that will set off the dogs and craziness. And I don't know how to, like, stop and then restart and smush them together. I can't figure it out. Technology and I don't get along really well. Yeah. I did, however, figure out how to do a poll on Instagram, and I've been really good about that, which has been rather fun. Still surprised at what people are picking. Like, what? Like, it is very confusing to me. But I am loving to vote. I'm loving getting to vote on everybody else's stuff. Kind of makes my day, like, to get to go and let me go vote. Generally what I'm picking is, my understanding is, the purpose of March Madness is to finish the month with an FFO. So I try, like if I don't know the person, I try to pick something that I think, like based on what their stitching progress is, that they'll be able to finish by the end of the month. That said, if you're a friend of mine who wants me to vote and stuff, I tend to pick the piece that I think you need to, like, because you haven't focused on it, and I think that this will help you focus on it. And sometimes there's just no rhyme or reason to why I pick it. I just pick something that I like, because that's what I do. So, that said, let's get into what I've stitched this last week. It's actually been rather fun. When I left you guys last week, I was going to stitch on Lady of the Flag. Now, I love her. I really do. Yeah. So I fixed where I had jacked up the torch, and I got her flame in. I think she's gorgeous. I love her. I love her red hair that I did, which is not what the called for is. I did change it. So it is red. I like gingers. My son's a ginger. My daughter has kind of reddish tinge in her hair. So, and then I'm doing the white dress, the white conversion for this round, for this Lady of the Flag. I've got big things planned for her. However, she didn't advance. The Zimmerman coverlet was against her. And I've worked on the Zimmerman coverlet won. And so the Zimmerman coverlet got another night or day stitch done. And I got all of this motif in now. I'm so excited. It's not perfect. It's okay. It's okay. It's mine. It's mine. So so what I did on most is, I think I pointed it out before. Most of my March Madness things are also on my WhipGo board. They may not have been called for, but they're on there. And I've set up my WhipGo board so that my squares are basically year-long goals. So on WhipGo, Zimmerman coverlet, my goal is to get at least one of the repeats done. I'm still on page 1 out of 3 to get the first repeat done, but we're making significant progress. And honestly, I don't think, because it's not been called on WhipGo yet, had it not been for March Madness, we would not be at this point. So I'm all good. I'm happy. So right now, Zimmerman coverlet is still on my brackets as going. Let's see. Salty had advanced, if you remember. Let's see. I'm trying to look at my board, but it's all covered up with stuff that because I've been working my desk, which is normally referred to as a kitchen table. Although I was actually at my office all day today. If I can avoid the drive lately, I've just been kind of working from home. So Salty had gotten advanced when it was against 3 small words. Salty advanced. I pushed that day, and actually I kind of carried over a little bit in the morning. I finished it. It's a finish. If you are looking for this pattern, it is a great pattern. It is from Julie, who is Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. It is on her Gum something. She's hemlock and rye. It is one of those that you pay what you can or want to. And it's a great pattern. It was a fun stitch. It's done. I'm going to finish it as a pillow. Clearly it's not FFO'd yet, but it's a finish. It's a finish. It's a square off my WhipGo board. That hasn't been called. Yes. Okay, so we had started off with, remember, Shamrock Row had gotten advanced from the first round. Shamrock Row is done. Done, 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 done. I changed the colors. So we have this beautiful purples and greens, and I think it is adorable. I love it. Absolutely loving it. So that just needs to be an FFO. So out of my 8 projects that I started this with March Madness, that's 2 finished. Who am I? Who am I? I have 2 finishes already, and it's only halfway through the month. Okay. So, next up, so in the first bracket, okay. So since Shamrock Row was finished, we go back to, let's see, what was the other one? I apologize. Shamrock Row and Spring Rolls were against each other. Since Shamrock Row finished, Spring Roll got a buy. It got a day's worth of work, and it automatically goes forward. I got the wiener dog in. When I worked on it, and I got this section in here done. I think that's it. But I got a wiener dog in there. Isn't he cute? So Shamrock Row is advancing. I think that if all keeps going as planned, I have 15 days. I should be able to work on Shamrock Row, on Spring Rolls, and get it done. It's such a cute little pattern. So that's the one wiener dog I have done. I have this flower done. I have some of this word done. I think I should be able to get it done or really close if I'd actually work on it. Because, okay, so that's that. I put it in a new little bag. I'm an ambassador for Honey Stingers. They do the little, they're almost like a stroopwafel for racers. And they do gels and other things. And it's one that doesn't bother my system. They actually have a really good caramel gluten-free one. That is amazing. So they sent us, each of us ambassadors, these cute little bags with the new gel flavor and a new waffle. They're both fun. Don't judge me. I've been biking, and we've been trying to work on seeing kind of where I am with nutrition and stuff for racing. So, but it's perfect. It holds Spring Rolls. So that's that. So Spring Rolls is in the final. It's against Zimmerman coverlet. Spring Rolls won. For a while there, it was like really close. When it was Zimmerman coverlet versus Lady of the Flag, it was like literally, it was tied. So I let Bean vote and be the tiebreaker, and she picked Zimmerman coverlet, which honestly I was kind of surprised, but that's what she picked. So that's what I worked on. So right now the final round is Spring Rolls. Oh, forgive me. The final round was Spring Rolls versus Zimmerman coverlet. Spring Rolls won. I'll spend the rest of the month really focusing in on Spring Rolls and getting that done. I took the weekend off to kind of cleanse my palate. I just kind of wanted to work without like worrying about brackets or progress or whatever like that. Yes, it's 9 o'clock at night and I'm having coffee. Don't judge me. We don't judge on this channel. Well, we judge about other things, but not me drinking coffee at any time of the day, okay? Okay, so there's 2 more pieces that I really worked on, that I've been working on. One of them is pandemic, and I've been really trying to, because my whip goal, it has not been called on my whip goal board. I forget what square it is. It's not been called, but my goal is to get 2 pages done. But I'd also like to get in more of the blue. and kind of be pretty close where like I'm not way behind on one or the other. I am getting closer to having another page done on pandemic, and I got more blue in. It's so pretty. I fixed this motif where I was off, and I've almost got it done. And again, we got way more, we got a lots more blue in there. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's DMC floss. It is DMC 597 and 738. So this I leave by my bed, and when I'm like, I may still be up, kind of awake, I will throw in some of that. We'll either throw in a couple strands of blue, or I might, if I have a little bit more brain power, I'll put in the gold. It's also one of those, like, if I know I'm going someplace and I'm going to be seating, but I can't like really worry about counting, I'll grab that because I can just fill in the blue, which makes me happy. So the one, I'm still shocked at some of these brackets, and I wish I understood how people voted. So I have been, the one that I've fallen in love with and I want to work on and I want to get it done, is actually 3 small words. Again, it's we're like kind of sallying it along. Janet Jabber. And there's a couple other people. I kind of really changed mine. I'm not sure. It's not the call fors. It's not even the same motifs. The only thing that is the same is the phrases. It's the words. But I've got almost all of my words in. I've got 3 more because I've got 2. Okay, so we've got this one to put in, and then this one, and then there's the free one from the Lizzie Kate website. But I was worried that, remember, I was worried that I didn't have a long enough piece. I do. So I'm gonna get all the words done, and then I'm gonna put in the little motifs. I had put in, I put in the little crab, and he's not perfect, but I'm not gonna rip him out. I had put in a sand doll, and I didn't like it, so I ripped it out. I'm trying to remember where I put the sand doll. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter because it's gone. Yeah. It's so cool. It is so neat. Like, now I absolutely love it. I can't wait to have it done. I want to get, so here's the other thing. I was like, well, there's a lot of other 3-word like little mantras that people say and stuff. And I was like, I wonder if I could come up with like, well, really for every 9, like to make them the same length, I would need 9 sets of 2. And I was like, if I could get 18 and 18, so 36 more little 3-word mantras that kind of still go with this, that are very positive and affirming, and our work lengthwise. I could do them as 3 separate panels, and I could put them on little beach, like cut out what would be like little cabanas. Because the other idea that I have is to like cut out, if I just do this one, is to cut out like a surfboard shape. Like it's not big enough to go on a full surfboard. Maybe on a kickboard. I should look at my kickboard for swimming. But I could, put it like on that shape. But I was like, kind of like the idea of maybe finding more. So I have, somebody suggested a site on Instagram when I posted that, and I have checked out some. So I have a few like that I could work into there. But if you have any more ideas, or any ideas, that would be great. Or if you just think I'm nuts and I should stop adding more projects to my list, that might be another idea. But this was on my Whipco board, and I thought it was for a finish. Small words was going to be a finish. I only had slated for the year to do 2 of these, like two. So clearly, I met that goal. Yay! I got to cross the square off, even though it's not called for yet. It hasn't been called, so it's got a single X on my Whipco board. I need to go back and revisit January's. January's goals were for Whipco were to finish the whole grid for the periodic table, and then Santa's triples. I did want to sit down and do work on. That's the other one that I grabbed too, except for that it's even bigger, so it's a little awkward to like take someplace and work on it. But the periodic table, like the grid is kind of penciled in. Like I know where my lines are, I know where that is. So it's, I don't want to say it's brainless or mindless, but it's not a, like I have to seriously concentrate on what I'm doing. At this point, there will come a day where that's not the case anymore. But today is not that day. So that's what I've been working on. So going forward this next week, I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on spring rolls. I'm going to finish the last 3 sets of words on my 3 small words. I have also been listening to audiobooks. We finished The Inextinguishable Symphony. I read this years ago, like the twins were little, because I was in a little book club with some friends, and I actually really missed that book club. I got the best beef stew recipe from somebody in that club too. And we're all like, we're just so busy that, and now we have COVID and stay home orders, but it is, so The Inextinguishable Symphony, it's an NPR like recommendation book from several years ago. It is by, let me pull it up because I don't remember. Where are we at? It is by Martin Goldsmith, and it's The Inextinguishable Symphony. It is about how it's the story of in the Holocaust. There was an all-Jewish symphony, and they fell, like a couple met, and they fell in love with each other. He escapes, and he actually goes back and risks everything to make sure she's okay, and stuff. It's such, I don't want to say it's a romantic book because it's not, but what an amazing love story. Yeah, like I said, I read it years ago. It hit home. It was one of those that I just felt drawn to read again, or listen. This time I listened to it. I want to say, if you have Audible, it may be one of those that's included in your membership. I don't remember, and I apologize for not remembering. This is Audible. But I think it is. I think it's included. So that's way cool. The other one that I finished was The Hate You Give Us. I had checked that one out of the library as an audiobook. It is a movie as well. The movie and the book are very close, which is surprising to me. It is good. There are issues in there that, again, on one level I understand it, on another one I don't, and that I'm learning. Apparently there's a prequel book that talks about the dad and his story, and the name of that book is escaping me, but I think I've it may be one of those that I have like several books on hold, or like that I put in a hold for through the library, because I'm a big supporter of public libraries. So, Um, let me see. The Hate You Give Us. The Hate You Give is by Angie, Angie Thomas. Let's see. Let me look at my whole device. I did not put it in my hold list yet. There is another book by the same author that kind of fills in the dad's story beforehand, apparently, that I just learned about in the last couple of days. I thought I had requested it. Apparently I didn't. Maybe it's on my Audible wish list because it wasn't available through the library, which is what I'm finding a lot of times, is that I have, like, the library is a great resource, but sometimes they don't have everything that one may want. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have it even on my Audible wish list. I don't know why. So I will try to remember to grab that title from a friend of mine posted it on my Facebook when I talked about the book. And then I'll pop it down below. But other than that, I've been working. We've been doing some housework, spring cleaning stuff. That's about it. That's where I'm going in this next week. I need to allocate some time to work on some test patterns. And I need to start and stitch. And I don't know why I didn't put them on my freaking brackets. I need to work on Patio Crabby. My little pattern with the crab and the hat for St. Patrick's Day. Clearly he won't be done for St. Patrick's Day this year. Although, if I remember, he's not very big, so I don't know. I'm working from home tomorrow, but I've got a boatload of stuff to do. But I'm not complaining. We did the stress test. The stress test did not show any irregular heartbeats, so that's really good. We're waiting on the results from the echocardiogram, which is basically ultrasound of my heart. That report was not ready yet, so kind of weird because I would imagine the same person was reading them. So, I mean, they did them at the same time. And then we'll go from there. So, yeah, life is good. Fingers crossed, there's some things in the works to take a little bit more stress off of me, which would be amazing. Bean's guinea pig went to the vet. We had to make kind of an emergency appointment. Poor little guy. He's little. Okay, it's a guinea pig. He weighs just over 1.5 pounds. So he's little. He's a little piggy. The poor little man. He has an inner ear infection. He has a hay poke, because when guinea pigs get ear infections, they tilt their head. That's usually how you know that your guinea pig has an ear infection. They end up with a head tilt. They don't, when you clear up the ear infection, they don't automatically lose it. They may keep their head tilted. So the little piggy's name is Yoshi. Well, Yoshi's eye then is closer to the hay. He ended up with a hay poke, which caused another infection. And the two infections combined, they're little, affected his GI tract. So the poor little piggy is on eye drops and 6 different meds. $227 at the vet. $227 at the vet. Ay. But Mr. Yoshi is doing better. He, so Bean gives him his medicine twice a day. It's a big, huge production because you got to, each med has got a different amount that you got to get him. So she gives him all his meds, and then he gets a special treat to try and put some more weight on him because, when you're sick, you don't want to eat. So, but he's kind of bougie. So, like, if she gives him spinach or something that has like a stem, you have to feed it to him stem first. But he does like grapes and he does like strawberries, which is good for them. Like, They like oranges, so hence my orange collection. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Maisie and Lizzie got new collars, so they're all decked out. They have matching collars now. Otherwise, I don't know. Overall, life is good. Life is good. I'm exhausted. I'm getting kind of used to it. We'll bike again. I've been really forcing myself to try and bike almost every day. I've missed 1 or 2 days, but you know, we usually get in a decent ride. Lots of work, which is great. I have no complaints. I'm having a little bit of issues with Wayne County. No big surprise if anybody is from the area. It's Detroit, and filing some stuff. Oh, best new thing. If you have not tried them, I know Michelle Bendy from Bendy Stitchy. Her last name is not Bendy, by the way. Michelle from Bendy Stitchy recommends them, and it is the Laughing Forest. She does the gourmet lollipops. I ordered some, and I used Michelle's code. I'm not sure if Michelle has a new one because I know that the one I used was expiring. We got them in. Oh my heavens. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. They are delicious. I just ordered a variety pack because I didn't know. But yeah, highly recommend. On that note, I'm going to let you go because it sounds like the boy child is coming in, which means the dogs are going crazy. So I will talk to you all next week. Have fun. Stay safe. Let you go. Bye.